Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Yahawashi, Shema Kakwadash. The bonus to the elders and apostles of GMS. We must on the raw teach well. Your brother, get into these videos real quick, make it short, sweet, to the point, and Lord, to be edifying to the body, the brotherhood, across the four corners. So, we'll start here. Let's go into these couple verses. Hebrews 1:1. God, Most High, for sundry times in diverse manners, spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets. Okay, because that's how the fathers spoke, by using the prophets. But, Amos 3. For 7 surely the Lord power will do nothing but reveal the secrets of his servants, the prophets. Right, so he reveals the secrets of the servants, the prophets. Okay, prophet means to basically say before, speak before, what was it, prowl, mean before, and emphasize means to speak, so just pure means to speak before, because prophets are able to speak, things, speak of things that are happening, speak of things that will happen, essentially before it happens, right, right, and, we know that nowadays, the prophets, at times now, right, prophets back then, they walk around calling themselves Christians or apostles, which I don't know what the Hebrew word is for apostle, but nowadays is what we call ourselves, and that's pretty much, what it is, right? Basically a continuation of the prophets, Remember before they used to be called seers, they were called prophets, and prophets have been continued through the teachers, and brothers out there in GMS, and when I say GMS, I do include brothers that are, affiliates, and I'm talking sincere affiliates, because you have some affiliates that are fucking weird, bro. Like, I'm not gonna tote or mince my words here. Some fucking affiliates are fucking weird, man. I'm not gonna, can't really remember the names, but I know one dude was in his backyard with his son, and that was just strange, bro. Like, they were just talking. They didn't bring out any scriptures. Like, they did camps in your backyard. How the fuck you camp in your backyard, bro? That doesn't count. It's not a camp. Like get in your car and drive down to the city and camp in front of a closed down building, and get it in. Look in your Google Maps and find a closed building. Like, come on now. You can find some place, Revelation 17. And if you brothers, if you watch, if you look around, if you've ever, web surfed and looked at some of the affiliate channels, you'll see that some of these guys out here are weird, What was it? Well, I guess they're not technically affiliate channels, they're just weird channels out there. Revelation 15. Man. Damn. I don't know. I know this. I probably just passed over it too. It's 19. Completely wrong. So Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. It basically, falling down before an angel. Right, dropped another later. I fell down, first feet to worship him. He said unto me, say I do it not. I am a false servant, and other brethren, the testimony of Yahawashi, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahawashi, spirit prophecy. Okay, so the prophets is continued. Remember what Yahawashi said, one jot and one tittle, should not pass out of this law till all things are fulfilled. And we all know that even when all things are fulfilled, nothing is going to pass away. The law would never be done away with, because the law was set up even from the beginning. It was always there, It's always there. With the creation of man on the planet, and then Adam coming on the scene, there was always the law. We always had the law. We always knew the name. It was always there. Just had it orally. Adam and having that breath of life and setting everyone in order and everyone following to him. The law was always around since Adam. So it's always been there. It's supposed to keep everything in order, keep you free of diseases. But the law actually protects you, keeps the people healthy. There's all kinds of things. I remember reading something where if you ever need to use the bathroom, you're supposed to go outside the camp and use the bathroom. When I say camp, I mean village, town, whatever encampment of people. You go outside the village, because I know them heathens will probably just take a shit anywhere and just bury it right next to, it's fucking nasty, dude. Go in the bushes somewhere and do that shit. And I remember reading a long time ago that they used to have a rag, a shit rag, and whenever they use a shit rag, they would use their non-dominant hand. So they use a left hand as a shit rag. That's why I think that's why they say everyone shakes hands with the right hand. Or if you use your right hand more, you don't make that your shit rag hand. If you use your left hand as your shit hand rag. Or so they say. I remember reading that a long time ago. I was like, what? But that's the way things were done in the ancient world. They get rid of the fucking rag. I think they wash it, and they always keep a hold of it. You just have a rag. In ancient Rome, they had the sponge. So, knowledge definitely was increased, man. Because that sounds fucking painful, bro. You had a fucking sponge with a stick. I don't know where we got this point from. But my point was, the law is there to protect you. But I'm just saying that's the way things were done in the ancient world. If you're weirded out by it, get over it. There's all kinds of stuff that went down in the ancient world that nowadays, people are gonna bug out about. The R-word doctrine, for example. Which we're not saying go ahead and do that, but it happened in the ancient world. It still happens to this day. Right? Having these days spoken unto us by his Son, who hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he also made the worlds. Yep. Because the Lord created Yahawashi. Yahawashi made everything else in his order, hoping the brightness of his glory, the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the Majesty on high. Right? See, when he had cleansed from our sins, he sat on the place of the honor of the Father, placed on at the right hand of just a God in heaven. Exactly. He became that mediator. Now, basically that's what he's doing. He's purging our sins by mediating for us. He gave us that Holy Spirit to come down, caused brothers and more brothers to come in. Remember, people began to believe more. That's what Yahawashi promised. He promised the Spirit would come down, and he promised, and through that, there was more people that basically joined up to the movement, and became Christians and became disciples. you know, and we're, fiercely for it, you know. Like it's the same thing with it now, you know. Those apostles coming down the scene, and the truth getting pushed on the internet just snowballed, and now GMS is massive. Brothers everywhere. You're like, whoa, it's honestly overwhelming to think about when you kind of see it. I say GMS, GMS brothers, like affiliate brothers everywhere, brothers in all kinds of cities, and brothers camping out all kinds of days. Some camp on the weekends, some camp during the weekdays. So I've seen brothers out there on Mondays. I'm like, dang, you got brothers out there on Mondays? Wow. So it's no excuses. You can get the truth. Whenever your day off is, you can get it. Being made so much better than the angels at the Abrahams, a much more excellent name, didn't they? And John 1, it's obvious. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. The Word was God, right? Which, the Word was with the powers, and the Word was a power. Right? I believe one degree says theos, but I think even when you read theos, it says angels, but it should be like theo, like it should be like singular. I don't know how you would change that in the Greek, but you got to go back into the Hebrew of Genesis 1. Seeing was in the beginning with the powers, right? All things were made by him. Without them was not anything made. It was life. And life was the light of men, right? And that was pretty much that. All talking about Yahawashi. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sue's here. Actually, go here. The angel said, he didn't tell him that my son's dad would begotten me. Again, I'll be to my father, he should be to me a son. And again, when you bring it the first begotten to the world, bring it in, first begotten to the world, say, let all the angels of the Most High worship him. And yeah, just talking about Yahawashi. We never said that to any other angel, not Raphael or any of the archangels, but Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the top angel, and that's pretty clear. Yahawashi himself said, you could call down legions of angels. I think one legion is like 10,000. You could call down thousands and hundreds of thousands of angels if you wanted to, but he's not. He didn't, because he did the Father's will, and that was meant to be an example, for us. And we gotta bear through, whatever we gotta bear through, and we can't tap out or just say, you know what, I quit. Thing is, if you really have the spirit, you won't quit. What was it? The special forces, they have that saying, I die before I quit. So you have to have that same mind state, right? Not to be a killer like they are. Special forces, Navy SEALs, they're a group of fucking killers. They're a fucking mental asylum with uniform on. That's all they are. You don't have to be that way. Don't be that way. That's not becoming of a godly man. When I say killers, well, murderers. Killing is righteous, but murderers, but you know what I mean, in a negative connotation, right? We'll be, you can say we'll be killers, right? Once we get the lower number, that number, we get spiritual power, we'll just be going around killing people. Yeah, we'll be killers, but we're not going to be in that same negative connotation where you're just, psychotic. We're not psychotic. We just got to get revenge. We got to get back. It's get back season. We're not like psychos, bro. It's get back season. Esau needs to get centuries worth of ass whoopings in one day. Like, well, for many days, but you know what I mean. People say, like, someone's kind of crashing out, bugging out or whatever. You say, yo, that nigga's gonna catch 20 years of ass whoopings. Like right now, like I'm gonna give this nigga 20 years worth of ass whoopings that he never got. I'm gonna give it to him in one day. Like I'm really gonna fucking ruin this guy's day. That's the type of shit that he's gonna get. but like every day, you know. Was I say 60? But Lord, you brothers edify. I'm close out, and shalom.